going to be picking my reads from my TBR jar. Now, if you saw my last video, I just did a big book haul, so if you haven't seen it, go and check it out because the majority of those books are the ones that I'm going to be reading throughout this video. So how this is going to work is I'm going to pick one prompt, find the book, read it, and then move on to the next one. I'm not sure how many books I'm going to read in this video, we'll just see. I'm quite busy lately with study, but I'm going to try and read as much as I can for you guys and give you my opinions on these new books that I have. This jar doesn't have that many prompts. We're quite limited here, but we'll just see what we've got. I'm really hoping I can read the thriller book that I just got. So let's see what we get. Okay, what do we have? A book with nature on the cover. So I just had a look at my TBR and honestly the majority of books have nature on them. So the book that I really want to read is The Fury by Alex Michaelides. I feel like this is very naturey. It's the ocean, there's a mountain in the background, like it is just giving nature. And then another couple options is A Touch of Darkness. This is like a flower, vines and whatnot. And then we have Phantasma, which is like roses and stuff. I feel like this isn't as much nature because it's just roses. And then kind of feel the same way about A Touch of Darkness. So, I mean, we knew I was going to pick this up because I really want to read it. I feel like The Fury is like the most naturey out of those. So this is going to be our first read. I am going to sit down, get cozy and start this book. So basically, to sum up what this book is about, from what I can tell, is there's a group of friends that go on holiday to a Greek island. There's a movie star, I think a couple actors, a child, and somebody ends up dead. That's pretty much all we know. Most of Alex Michaelides books are very mind-twisting. You don't get much from the back cover, but the story itself is full of depth and twists and secrets, so I am super excited for this one. It is literally the perfect reading weather today. We have not had like a rainy cold day in Australia in a long time, obviously because it's been summer and now it's autumn. So this is just the perfect day for me, the perfect setting to just cuddle up with a thriller book and just read all day. So I'm in my cozy outfit. I've got my trackies on, my little crop top, and I'm just ready to just cozy up and read. Guys, I'm not that far in. I'm only up to page 35, so chapter 6, but this book is nothing like I've read before. It got me confused at first. I don't know if you saw, there was one point where like my face was like, what? Because it's written in first person and the narrator is one of the characters from the island, but he's writing it as if it's a true story, if that makes sense. So he's saying like, this is a true story, this is what happened. So I was reading it and I was like, is it actually a true story? And I got really confused, but it's not. It's not. So far really nothing has happened. It's a really weird way to read a book. It's hard to explain, but I'm kind of liking it. It feels like you're reading a non-fiction at the same time as a fiction. It's very confusing to the brain, but intriguing nonetheless. So I'm going to do a little bit more reading and I'll give you an update pretty soon. God, I look pale. I'm a little bit further through now, just a bit, at chapter 11. Alex Michaelides, he has this way of writing where like he makes you suspect everyone, and I feel like this is going to be one of those stories where it's not just a murder, like there's other plots going on with all different characters. Like everyone to me is suspicious right now. I feel like everybody secretly hates each other except for this one girl who everyone seems to love and be unhealthily obsessed with. I don't know, everybody's very sleazy. There's just something going on. I've got a few suspicions about some little side plot things that I feel like are going on between characters. Still have no idea. We haven't actually gotten to the part of the murder yet. We've spoken about it, but we haven't gotten to like what happened, and I really don't have any suspicions, because that's the thing with his books. He makes you believe it's one person but makes you think it's your own idea. He does it in a way that's so subtle that you think you've sussed it out but you haven't, and then he'll just drop a bomb and you'll be like, oh my god. His writing, honestly, I love it. The writing is a lot more simple than his other books and easier for me to understand, although I found his other two books like such fast-paced reads anyway. But this is the same kind of thing. Like, this is the type of book I could just sit here and binge the whole thing. So really happy we're off to a good start with this one. Same thing really as I said before though, nothing much has happened. We're kind of just getting introduced to the characters. We've just got to the island, meeting more characters, like people that work there and all this stuff. So we haven't got into anything too suspicious yet. There's a few things where I'm like, that's weird, but I just find it strange how everyone seems to hate each other. Like, I feel like there's some more past issues that have happened. One of the little side plots that I suspected just came to light. Am I surprised? No. But this makes it all the more suspicious. We just got to the murder, like it literally just happened. I'm still in the same predicament. No idea what's happened, who's done it, but some of the characters are very strange. They're all strange. So you kind of suspect everyone, but then everybody seems like too much of an obvious guess. So I really don't know. There could be a little side character. I don't know. I really don't know, but it's getting interesting. It just started to rain, so it's all cozy. I do have Pilates at 5:30, so but I've still got probably like an hour-ish until I have to get ready and go. So we'll see how much I can get done before then, but I think I'm like, I've just lost my page. So I'm up to Act 2, which is page 118. Every murderer is probably somebody's old friend. He's writing to the reader, and he said, I find myself growing attached. I don't want to lose you or your good opinion. It's kind of creepy. We're getting like into the parts now where we kind of hear people's backstory. And I swear at the end of every chapter, it like drops you with like a cliffhanger where you're like, oh, this person did something. And then the next one you're like, oh, this person did something. It's like everyone's hiding something. I'm like on the edge of my seat. I'm on the edge of my seat. His books never miss. They never miss. And I'm telling you, it's just gonna get better. I suspect what is about to happen. So the little side plot that happened earlier on, I feel like one of the characters now is about to like find out about it. I'm starting to think that this whole idea of a little holiday to this island was a setup. He's just gone back and like recounted over like things that he missed that he didn't say before. It definitely adds to the story, even though they're just small things. It makes you wonder, oh, does he have a weird side hobby? Let's just say, I don't know. Look who decided to join to find out who done it. Momo, Momo, Momo. It is true what they say. Besides, every rotting girl in her bed is a cat rotting with her. Best friend forever! Yeah! Ah? Okay. Okay. Hey! Excuse me. Excuse me. Get off it. Thank you. I'm just about halfway through and the secret has been revealed, but it's kind of something that like we kind of suspected anyway. Like it's not a shock. I just feel like there's probably more to it. And now we're knowing that the like female protagonist, kind of the main female character, she knows a lot more than she lets on. I'm feeling there's probably some kind of hidden truths about her, an ulterior motive. I am gonna leave it there for now because I need to get ready for Pilates. I don't want to. I really want to keep reading. Oh, this is just one of those books you just want to binge. Honestly, he's got a way with words. Honestly, I will see you guys either later on this evening or tomorrow morning. I kind of lied when I said I wasn't gonna keep reading. I'm not gonna keep reading now because I'm going to Pilates, but I just had to read one more chapter and I was right. The whole going to the island thing was kind of premeditated. I don't think that's a spoiler because you don't know like why and what's happened, but there's more to it. There's obviously more to the whole story than we know. I look so white right now. Catch you later. What if this is all just a script for a play? Something else I suspected, I think it's about to happen. We're about to find out about it. This is good. This is good, guys. I had a feeling. I think I just saw something else out as well. What is going on? So much to take in right now. This story's a lot deeper than I thought, a lot more traumatizing than I thought, so trigger warning, guys. Look up the triggers if you're gonna read this. Good morning, guys. So last night I read a huge chunk of The Fury, as you probably saw. I have like, I think that's like 50 pages left maybe. I didn't do much talking because my boyfriend was playing Minecraft and all you could hear was him yelling in the background. I'm surprised I could focus on my book, but it's so good. It's just so good. Alex Michaelides always hits. I feel like I've said that like a million times, but I just love his book. So I've got my little iced coffee, kind of half drunk already, and I'm going to just sit back and chill and just read for a little bit and finish my book this morning before I get back into all my study and everything. It's getting really good now because we're right at the end. We've had a lot more backstory, and like I mentioned at the beginning of the book, all the characters kind of have little secrets and everything isn't really as it seems. So I'm kind of wondering how it all pans out, how this turned into a murder. So we're gonna find out and finish the book. Sneaky little. I feel like his books always follow some sort of similar theme. Oh no, this narrator is proving to be quite messed up. Don't you dare. Stop it. Stop tricking me. I mean, kind of saw that one coming. Oh my god. Bruh. What? He always does this. He always does this. Oh my god, he always does this. What? So what's his real name? Hang on, I need to do some research. I'm so confused who he actually is. What the heck? Don't leave me hanging like that. Ugh. I feel like Alex Michaeline's book, they always have some kind of link to his other books, but also they always leave you with questions unanswered. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the ending of this one wasn't as shocking. This book itself wasn't as shocking as the other ones, but I still loved it. I feel like I mentioned before, his books kind of follow a similar pattern, so I was kind of expecting that kind of thing, and a lot of the twists I kind of figured, but just not in that sense, in the way he'd done it. I'm gonna say this is probably my least favorite out of the three. It's a bit more simple, but I feel like this is a good starting point to get into his books, but then also I feel like you have to read The Silent Patient first just to get that like wow factor. I'll give this like, I'm gonna say 4 stars. As much as I want to give it 5 stars, I have to compare it to the other two, which I feel were better, more shocking, but I still really recommend this and really liked it. If you've read Alex Michaeline's other 2 books, I do recommend giving this one a read. It's just as good, just not as shocking, but I feel like that could be me because I was kind of expecting certain things because of his other books. His books, they always have this like deep, dark meaning, like the characters have so much depth. The development throughout the story is what keeps you hooked, because at first they all seem kind of normal, mentally stable, and then you just get through and things start happening, you start discovering things and you're like, wow, this person was not who I thought they was, and then you kind of like, you feel bad for them, but you also feel like sick inside. It's just uncomfortable, a gross feeling, and I kind of love that with a thriller, because you just want to know what happens, you just want to know more why this person is the way they are, and there's a lot of like trauma that plays a part in who the characters are. They've all got some kind of horrific trauma. I feel like that gives the characters a lot more depth and the story a lot more depth. Highly recommend this. Absolutely love Alex's writing. His brain works in wonderful ways, I just have to say, and I wish he had more books. So I feel like that was a good start to this video. I'm now going to get on to doing my studies and my jobs and everything I need to do, and then we will pick out another book later on to read. Okay guys, it is, I was going to say a little bit later on, but it's a lot later on. I have spent so long doing my assignment that I'm just about ready to... Anyway, we're gonna pick our next read. I realised last time I didn't like show you my bookshelf as I was doing it, so it was probably kind of boring for you. So this time we're gonna get a proper look. I do need to reorganise this, so there is a mix of things I've read and haven't all in one spot, so bear with me. Okay, let's go for it. What did we get? Please be something good. A book with a map inside. That never means bad things, does it? So let's have a look, shall we? I feel like we've got Reckless as an option. I feel like, does this have a map inside? Is that a map? No, it's not a map, but this is. So we've got Reckless. Does Phantasma have a map? Because I really want to read it. I don't think it does, you know. Nah, no map. Well, that's a bit sad. What other options have we got? We've got Quicksilver. It's quite a big one though. I'm not sure I want to read this just yet. There is a map inside though, so that's an option. And the Moon Hatch, also a big one. I feel like most fantasy books have a map in. Yeah, another map. For now that might be it. Let's have a look at these. No map. Nope, no map. Okay, let's have a look at our options. It is absolutely pissing down right now. Earlier on my by the way, I'm in my Pilates clothes. I'm not naked because I'm going soon. But my power was flickering on and off, and it literally was like Cyclone Alfred had made its way to WA. So it's perfect reading weather, really. Our options: When the Moon Hatched, Quicksilver, and Reckless. Part of me really wants to read Reckless because I want to get back into this world. But then another part of me doesn't know if I'm ready for that yet. But then I feel like for this kind of video, these two books are quite big. Ooh, that's some small writing as well, I'm not gonna lie. I also don't know if I want to read Quicksilver on my Kindle because I don't want to ruin this. But it's actually quite floppy, so I think I probably could. I don't know if I'm ready for this yet. Kind of want to do like a whole read through with this, so I don't think I'm going to pick that. So that leaves us with these two. I'm not going to lie, you guys know which I'm going to choose already. We're going to read Reckless. I'm just going to do it. We're going to read Reckless. It is the second book, the one after Powerless. Powerless left me heartbroken at the end, wanting more, needing more, but I had to wait to get this edition before I could read it. So what better time to start than now? Let's do it. I'm excited. Dust jacket is removed. We're ready to tuck in, see what happened to our poor old friends. Hey guys, a little update for you. It is now the week after the last clip you just saw. I had a hectic weekend, a weekend from hell. So I haven't done any reading whatsoever. It is currently 2:30. I have Pilates at 4:30, so I'm going to try and do some reading now and squish a little bit in for you guys. I think I'm only not even 50 pages into Reckless. Yeah, 44. So I haven't really made any sort of dent, to be honest. Can't really comment much on what's happened other than the fact that these two acting like they're gonna kill each other is quite funny. But that's my update for now. I'm just gonna do some reading, charge my battery, and give you an update when I next have one. Guys, it has been a while. It's been a while and I have not read anything. Honestly, time's just gotten away from me this past week probably, and I haven't really had any time to chill and read. But now I have my tea, as you just saw me make, and I have my book, and I'm gonna sit down and chill and read. I feel like I'm in a bit of a reading slump, I'm not gonna lie. I think because the Fury was so good, just getting into a fantasy isn't how I feel right now. Like I want another thriller, but let's just see how we go. I'm wondering what the plot of this book is actually gonna be, because obviously the first one was like the trials, but like what is the plot of this one? Like she's obviously trying to run away from him and we know how that's gonna end up, but like what else? What's gonna happen in between? Like, you know what I mean? Like that can't just be the plot surely, because that'd be so boring. Hopefully we get our enemies to lovers. It's quite nice to see the elites getting a taste of their own medicine. I won't say I'm quite enjoying this new city that we're at. Look how cute, guys. Okay, I feel like the plot is getting more interesting now. I'm liking... We haven't had any fights yet, if you know what I mean. But we've just been introduced to it. So I'm excited. It sounds fun. I'm kind of liking this new city, scoping it out. Like, I don't know, I love that kind of thing. So I'm so far really enjoying it. That didn't take long, did it? I'm 116 pages in, which I'd say is pretty, like, a decent amount in, but I feel like nothing's really happened. But I've got to finish this so I can try and read something else that will excite me, because I feel so sad. I'm just not reading anymore. Guys, we have a little bit of forced proximity. Hashtag there's only one bed. We all know how I love that trope. I think everybody loves that trope. I don't know, guys. Is it me or is it the book? I'm bored. Like, I'm finding myself like daydreaming while I'm reading it, and I hate that. That is literally the worst thing ever. I'm gonna push for it. I'm not the kind of person that DNFs a book, and I know I'll probably end up liking this because I loved Powerless, but I'm just so disappointed. So far it's so boring, and I feel like they went from hating each other so quickly to like liking each other again. I don't know. Let me just read you something a second, guys. If you've read this, you'll know what I'm talking about. He tastes like longing, like regret and relief, like nothing matters but this moment. All I'm thinking is he tastes like sewer water. I saw this coming and I thought, please don't, please don't, please don't. But I suppose on the brink of death he'll do anything. Just goes. I'm so bored of this book, guys. I'm so bored. It's taking me weeks to read. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I am this close to DNFing Reckless. It has been about, honestly, like 3 weeks since I started reading it. This is how much I have left to go. Like, I think I'm about 58% of the way through it, and I just can't. I'm gonna try and force myself through it now and see how I feel, but I'm so disappointed. Like, it was literally, Powerless was 5 stars, and this is like 1. So disappointing. Hello, Bookie. Hello. Hello. Oh. Okay, guys, I decided that I am going to listen to the audiobook and smash the rest out, just listening, chilling outside, because I found the audiobook for free on YouTube. And I'm pretty sure it's the actual audiobook because it's got like his voice as well. That's 5 hours of listening, so yeah, we'll just see. We'll see how we go. I'll let you guys know if I do listen to it. If not, I'm just going to keep listening to it for the next couple of days, and then I can start another book finally. How many times is the word insufferable gonna be used in this book? Someone needs to count them. Guys, I just finished the audiobook. What the hell happened at the end? What the frickety dickety do was that? Like, now I feel like I need to read the third one, even though that book was literally the drag of my entire existence. I hated it. I actually hated it. Here is my opinion in a nutshell, right? I'm gonna give it 2 stars, and that's me being generous. Why the heck was 90% of this book taking place in a desert? Not only did that feel like a drag, going back and forth through the desert, but as my friend said to me, which I thought, yeah, that's exactly how I feel. Just the thought of a desert is just so boring, like hot and dry and nothing there. Like, just to read about it in general is just such a drag anyway. And the fact that that's pretty much all that happened through the whole book, besides a few other side plots, that just made it so freaking boring. Like, the section where Payden, okay, incoming kind of spoiler, not really, like you can listen, but if you want to get the full effect of reading the book, skip this. So when Payden becomes this like shadow fighting girl, whatever, I'm thinking, wow, this, up to that point, I'm thinking, okay, we've got a solid build of a story here. You know, she's creating this new life, she's going to earn money, she's in this new place where she can just be this new person. I'm like, yes. And then from then on, we're just in the desert. And all of that is just scrapped. So I'm like, what was the point anyway? You know? So yeah, that's my opinion on that. I feel like I didn't feel much of a connection through this book between the two characters. It's just weird, like, how dragged out, like, it's not even a slow burn at this point because they like each other, they want each other, and we know that, but it's just like, why is nothing happening between them? The amount of times the word insufferable was said and written in this book, I'd make millions if I could count them. It was actually a joke, and some of the things that were said, when I listened to some in the audiobook, I was like, I can't listen to that. I can't listen to that. I don't think I would have finished this book if I didn't listen to the audiobook. It was that bad. I'm sorry. And it's so disappointing for me to say because I gave 5 stars to Powerless. It was literally one of my favourite books of all time. What the hell happened? I feel like Reckless was just a build-up to Fearless. That's how I feel. I feel like the whole book could have not happened and we'd be in pretty much the same position we're in right now. Like, it's quite honestly a waste of time. If you do want to read Fearless and don't want to read Reckless because of all this, just ask ChatGPT to tell you what happened, because I reckon you can sum it up in about 3 sentences. So honestly, even if you didn't want to read it, you wouldn't have missed much other than the plot twist at the end, so you could read the last like few pages and you'd be in the same position as me. Anyway, I'm excited that that's done because now I can read another book and actually read instead of having to listen to an audiobook because it was that bad that I couldn't sit there and focus. Okay guys, it is time to pick our final book. I'm excited, but I'm scared because I don't want to be in a reading slump anymore. Please, please, please be something good. Right, nice mix. Right, let's see what it is. A book you know nothing about. Okay, that's quite good because I know nothing about literally all of my books. So, I feel like I kind of know a little bit about Lightlock. A Touch of Darkness, genuinely know nothing about this one. Phantasma, I also don't think I know anything about that. My Dark Romeo, I'm going to say, is the main one that I don't know anything about. Also, Funny Story. I don't know anything about that either. Wild Love, I don't know anything about. I think I'm going to steer away from the fantasies because I do know a little bit about them, not a lot. So I'm thinking, okay, so for the 3 books that I know absolutely nothing about, we have Wild Love by Elsie Silver. I've only read one Elsie Silver book, and that was Flawless. I just like the cover of this, which is why I asked for it for Christmas. So, Funny Story, actually know nothing about. I feel like most Emily Henry books I read, I kind of just go into without trying to figure out what they are. So this is a possibility. And My Dark Romeo, I also know nothing about this. I just saw people talk about this a while ago, but then I've also heard this isn't, some people don't like it, so I'm kind of like, maybe for now I leave this to the side, because if I feel like I'm getting in a book slump, the last thing I want to do is start a book that could go either way. I'm thinking the best thing to start is probably Funny Story. It's going to be an easy read, I'm going to get through it like that, and who doesn't love an Emily Henry book? So start this. Something I love about Emily Henry's books are they kind of don't follow the same basic plot, whatever's that other romance books do. I feel like a lot of romance books is like, oh, the girl meets the guy, fall in love, something goes wrong, and then they fix it. But hers are kind of like, they start at any point in that order, if that makes sense. Like sometimes it starts and they're already together. Like, you know what I mean? It just doesn't follow the traditional romance plot outline thingamajig. Okay, maybe they're not together anymore. This whole platonic best friend leaving somebody for a platonic best friend thing hits home. I think I'm really gonna relate to this girl. Guys, the printer ran out of ink when printing my book. Look. That is so disappointing. Well, luckily I can still read it, but that's so sad. I already know I'm gonna like this book, guys. So pretty much her roommate, his girlfriend moved out and in with her husband. So is this gonna be like a switcheroo partnership kind of thing? That's what I'm getting at, but this guy's very messy, very unhinged. Obviously in the midst of a breakdown. I just can't see them right now being together, considering how messy his room is. Usually the male protagonists are these perfect characters, blah blah blah, you know, they have their life together but mentally they don't have their life together, but they look like they have their life together on the outside, if that makes sense. I don't know, but so far I think I'm gonna like it. There's nothing better than reading an Emily Henry book. Good morning! Good morning! Oh my gosh, I look like Little Red Riding Hood. Last night I did a little bit more reading before I went to bed. I'm up to chapter 4, which is page 31, and God, it is refreshing to be back into Emily Henry's head. I'm genuinely, like, I'm not that far into this, but I'm actually loving the storyline so far. Like, not gonna lie, it made me want to cry yesterday already. Like, I'm very emotional at the moment, but just reading the first 30 pages, I was like, oh my god. Like, I was putting myself in Daphne's shoes and I was like, this whole cheating scandal is horrible. Like, if that happened to me, I'd literally want to die. But I have a feeling her and the girl's ex are gonna get together. But then it's also like, at the minute, he's being described as like a dropkick stoner, like that never went to college. But he's doing some sweet things and I'm like, oh. But then also it's like, number one, I'm surprised they've not like, yet, you know, when you're both heartbroken and all this shit happens, you know what I mean? But then number two, I'm like, is that a healthy way of meeting someone? You know what I mean? Like, how can you know that if you end up together because you actually like each other, or if it's because you both went through the same trauma and you're kind of like bonding because of that, if that makes sense. But yeah, anyway, the story's so cute. They're about to go out together. I don't know where. Apparently he knows a place, and it's gonna be so cute. I love it. Emily Henry, I love you. The only Emily Henry book that I was a little bit about was Happy Place. I liked it, but I feel like I was in a bad reading place at that point in time. But it just didn't, like, I think it was just the first half of the book was hard to get through. It was my least favourite, but beach read, 5 stars. I haven't read Book Lovers or Harry Met on Vacation or something. Can't remember what it's called. Guys, it's a fake dating show. No way. Love it. This has got something in it. Ah, so glad I like it. Hi guys. So I've been reading Funny Story for a few days now. So I thought I'd give you a little update. I haven't really been updating much, but must I say, I literally am so in love with this book. I'm about halfway through now. What page am I at? 176. And oh my god, I literally love it. Everything about Miles, it's just, I have a soft spot for him from day one. Like, I just love him, and I think it's because he reminds me so much of my boyfriend, and I feel like I relate to Daphne in a lot of ways as well, like some things she's been through. a lot of her personality traits, like her struggles with making friends, things like that, like I really relate. So I feel like this relationship is kind of like similar to mine and my boyfriend's. Like we're quite similar to the characters, so I'm really loving it. This I think is going to be like one of my favourites, if not my all-time favourite Emily Henry book, so I'm so excited to keep reading this. I'm on holiday over the Easter break, so I'm hoping I can finish the book by the time we get back. I did a decent amount of reading last night, just chilling, so hopefully I can do that again tonight, but I don't know if we're going to be going to the pub, so if we do, I might not, but I'm just going to chill for a little bit, and then I might do some more reading. But I just don't really like reading on the beach because it's so dirty and I don't want to ruin my book. But yeah, I thought I'd just give you a little update. So guys, I'm up to page 278. Probably got like 100 pages left. My hair looks ridiculous right now. And I'm starting to realise that this is like a major slow burn, but I freaking love it. It's making me laugh, it's like pulling at my heartstrings. I feel like I'm feeling everything that Daphne feels. There's so many paragraphs and things in here that I'm reading and I'm like, that is just like a life lesson. I'm like reading it and I'm like, how have you put this into words? There's one page, I took a photo of it on my phone and it literally explains something I've been trying to describe for my entire life. Well, not my entire life, but after breaking up with my horrible ex. Page 217, it says, that's the thing though, he shakes his head. I don't know if I did, I don't trust my perception of things. That's what my childhood did to me, made my brain into a fucking fun house where I might think I'm standing on the floor, but I really stuck to a wall. I never know if I'm feeling the right thing and I'm tired of fucking things up for the people I care about. That was so me. And that's how I am now because of that stuff that's happened to me personally. And that just like really resonated with me. Just like not knowing, I try and explain it to people, like not knowing if I'm feeling the right thing, if I have the right to feel this kind of way, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but there's just some things I've been reading and I'm like, wow, that is deep and so true. Things that you wouldn't know how to put into words. Okay guys, I officially finished Funny Story. Sorry if you can hear all the yelling in the background. My boyfriend's friends are over. Honestly, I think this is my favourite Emily Henry book that I've read. 5 stars. Literally, I didn't binge read it. I read it slowly over time, but everything about Miles and Daphne is just like, I've said this before, but they just remind me of me and my boyfriend, but then also things about Miles remind me of me, things about Daphne remind me of me, and I feel like I just connected so well. I'm sorry in this angle, but I feel like I just connected so well with both the characters. Like I related to them so much, and just there were so many quotes that I was like, oh my god, like that's just such a good way to explain that and describe it. I think it was written so well. I love the whole roommate vibe and like the found family and like the friendships and everything. Like it was just so cute, so heartwarming. I had myself in tears, like crying through this book, and it's been a while since a book has made me cry. It just made me feel all the emotions, and the ending was just so cute. The like last couple sentences, I was like, that's where we get the name from the book, and it just, oh, I loved it. So highly recommend this one. So that is it for today's video. Found a few good reads, so I'm super happy about that. It's taken me a while to get through some of these books and actually finish this video, but I'm so glad to have it up and ready for you guys. So let me know if you have read any of the books that I read in this video in the comments and what you thought, and if there are any recommendations you have or want me to read, any videos you want me to do in the next few weeks, and I will be sure to get onto that. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.